Hey, how's it going, guys? Just going to recap today's price action pretty quick. It is 1:40 market time. So, as you guys know, I post my daily plans as well as the context of what goes into making the daily plans. Analysis of my 4-hour footprint, daily footprint, TPO, all that stuff on the community tab here on YouTube as well as StockTwits. So I'm just going to quickly go over that stuff before actually looking at how today's price action played out. I'm going to look at it through StockTwits just because it allows me to open up these pictures easier and they show up better on the video. So let's see where I started the day. Here, I just wanted to say thank you. We hit 170 subscribers on YouTube. So if you guys find value in what I am posting here, a subscription does mean a lot. Nonetheless, here, as always, starting at the TPO. Overnight TPO. So I know TPO charts look intimidating, there's a whole bunch of letters and whatnot, but they're super easy to learn. And then once you learn and know what you're looking at, it's simply you just glance at it and you know what to take from it. So what are the types of things that we could take from TPO charts? Well, I have it written here, but are we trading in or out of balance? We're looking at the highs, the lows of each of these market profiles well, depending on how the highs or lows are developed, we could derive information of that, what the market auction is telling us. TPO charts simply just allow us to visualize or make the market auction more palatable, right? Just look at it and you know what's going on. Do we have structure to clean above us, below us, single prints, things like that? Are we creating multi-day balance, trading in or out of it, stuff like that? So that's where I always start. And then from here, I usually go to my 4-hour chart. So what we see here, all this scribble, every morning, TPO along with the 4-hour charts and all the footprint charts. When I create my daily plans, I send it in the Discord room. We have a tab for the daily plan, and I'll have everything annotated, everything that I'm taking from the order flow, my read on it. So here's kind of what it looks like, obviously all blocked out here. But as we will see, and as you will see in the daily plan, we were kind of cognizant that a trend day, or at least, at the very least, being very cautious of shorts today. Why? Well, this stuff is crossed out, but essentially what I have here is we have accumulated quite a bid down here. Looking at these footprint charts, if this is something new to you, if these charts are completely foreign, just look on the home of the YouTube channel over here. I have a quick video going over how these charts are configured and how we read them, but essentially we're looking at the transacted volume on the E-mini. So we have a huge bid that's been accumulated here. We knew that an offer was active here yesterday. For most of the day we were balancing here, right? This offer is continuing to build, right? Trying to suppress this up move and bring it back down to this bid, right? This is how battles happen in a market auction between buyers and sellers. Now, these sellers were not able to add enough, and what happened into around 2 p.m. yesterday, these sellers got ran out, right? They got ran out, and then they were trapped. And now, one second, let me just grab my pen. Now we have to be cognizant of all of the volume that is trading below us. All these participants, their positions are underwater, and these people are what provided today's squeeze. So from here, let me just get rid of this. We go to the daily chart. So obviously much of the same can be taken from our daily chart when we're looking at the transacted volume, but slightly different, right? Then from here is the daily plan. So obviously very cautious for the shorts today. Usually I'll have multiple buy and sell zones, always trying to have a bull and bear thesis. But here, I think this is the first time since I've started posting them that I've only had one sell zone. And it was over here at 67.5 to 72.5, right? And obviously, now that's it. Oh, I also wanted to talk about this quote. So again, I was very cautious that we would have a trend day today. So I included this quote with today's daily plan. And I said it's possibly my favorite trading quote from Jesse Livermore. The desire for constant action, irrespective of underlying conditions, is responsible for many losses in Wall Street, even among the professionals who feel they must take home some money every day as though they were working regular wages. This is something I talk about all the time in the room. You have to be cognizant of what is going on in the market. we know that a bid has been accumulated here, and we can't look for a short until an ample offer is made to match this bid, right? If you are trying to, catch this short, you're playing against the market makers, the bigger money, bank, Fed, algos, whatever you would like to say. I know people in stock twits all the time try to blame exterior forces, but when it all comes down to it, it's all in the order flow. It's all buyers for sellers, right? So if you're looking to go short, you want a lot of volume behind you in your move, supporting your thesis. And in this case, when you're looking for shorts, that isn't the case, right? We just looked at all the volume that was underwater. So let's get this out of the way and let's look at how today's price action developed. Let's start with a 30-minute chart. This is a clean 30-minute chart. Well, let's take a look at it here first, right? So let me get my crosshairs so we can look at the open. Right here, open, quick wick down. Obviously we're trending. I don't trade off moving averages, but I do like to have them on charts to gauge trend. And I think everyone can see clearly here that we've been respecting these moving averages. Yes, so in the morning, shake out some overnight inventory and then just straight one way up until the one zone that was given for the sell zone, right? And then from there we saw about a 40, a little bit more, I think it was like 42-point drop from there. So let's take a look at the order flow now, looking at the same 30-minute chart. So in the open 30, we had this dip down, right? And look how this candle closed. Obviously, candle closed right there. But look at the majority of volume in this candle is all done down here. So this selling imbalance, 12.6 thousand contracts, 12.4 thousand contracts, 9, 8, 2,500 contracts being sold here. All these people upon this candle close, their position is in the red. And they are the fuel that started today's squeeze. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, we saw that the volume from previous days really started the squeeze from the bottom. But strictly talking about today, these guys started the squeeze, right? People thinking whatever they thought. They wanted to go short. They think the market's going down, and they're shorting too low in the auction. And sellers tried their hand here. We close right above them, not so much, but again, they are providing the floor, and this is just rinse and repeat. Trapped participants trading at, not valid locations, just tripping over themselves and providing more fuel for the squeeze until the sell zone, right? We see exhaustion, and for the first time, we see weakness, right? All these candles are closing at or close to their highs until here. We see, again, exhaustion, not closing at the lows, but certainly not the highs are close to, towards the middle-ish, right? We then, in this area, what do we see? We see a selling position built. This is an offer, right? It takes time for this to happen. People are so antsy to try to catch the front side, but for this to happen, we need to see an ample offer built, and it takes time. So sellers trying to move down on the tape, people trying to position themselves, and right here, stop them out, running the stops, and you get this just hellacious drop, right? Let's see, let's take a look at the 4-hour footprint. So again, it is now 1:49 market time. This 4-hour closes at 2 p.m. So it's going to be very interesting to see where it closes, right? Will we continue to build an offer in this area? A whole bunch of things that we're looking at, but hopefully I made sense with my explanation of today's price action, right? Unfortunately, a lot of people in stock twits were saying it was because one thing or another, but it's not. It's just simple buyers versus sellers. Sellers weren't able to do their job, and they got punished for it, right? I spoke about in that annotated picture on the 4-hour footprint chart right in the room. One of those comments in here was, if this was just a stop run, so right, we have an offer built here. And we were looking to get short yesterday originally. We were looking for, let me draw this a bit better, I'm sorry. We were looking for these people to be stopped out, these shorts to be stopped out, so then we could enter on their stop out and take the short. But our setup didn't occur, right? We went to stop them out, but we didn't see the tape. The order flow did not say we were going down. And sure enough, overnight, we were now holding above this. This is a sign, right? Stop outs are usually swift. They happen, pop, stop everyone out, take however long depending on how much volume was accumulated below, and then we get our drop. But again, we spent the entire overnight session above these participants. Signs that, we're not going down. We're going to continue this trend that we see on this 4-hour cloud. Again, I hope I make sense there, but everything is in much, much more detail in the room. And every day before open, I'm going through these daily plans, the reasons behind the levels, the confluence of our tools that actually build out these levels, and all that sort of thing. So yeah, hope everyone had a green day today if you did trade, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next market recap.